So, property management, you've been doing this for a long time.
A long time.
From the time you started to now, what are some similarities and what are the big differences?
Well, technology is the biggest difference as far as management systems. Back in the day, it was everything. You had to keep everything on a notepad or keep it up in your noggin. Now, you put your phone on an iPad or whatever, and it goes to somebody who handles all of that and makes the reports and does the billing, and so it makes it a little bit easier. Still dealing with the same people. People are people. Doesn't matter.
So similarities, just service over the decades, being available.
Right. The priorities have not changed. The priorities have always been, or at least with me, is life safety issues are number one. And then tenant, I don't know what word, the tenant's happiness, the tenant's comfort level, the tenant being comfortable with what service they're getting. Because they're the ones, in the end result, they're the ones paying the bill because they're leasing a site from an owner, and that's where the owner generates his revenue to pay a management company. So you gotta keep the tenants happy. You gotta make them feel like they're getting value for what they're paying.
And how do you do that?
Just try to establish personal relationships with people, and everybody has a different personality, obviously, and you've got to be a psychologist. You got to figure out what this guy's looking for, what this person's looking for, and then try and satisfy that, because they want different things. One guy's and the next person says, when you get around. So you gotta learn the personalities of the tenants, and who's in charge and who thinks they're in charge is a big deal, because you run into that constantly.
Right.
But those are the two most important. Everything else is mechanics. There's been advancements in things, but
So for you could take a building.
Still comes out of the faucet when you open the faucet.
You could take a building that's 100 years old, downtown Reading, or you could take something that's 10 years old out here in one of the new corporate complexes, but it's not a big deal.
No, the technology, the biggest change in technology is in the HVAC system. Some of the older buildings that we take care of, you say 100 years old, and we have buildings that were built in 1917, building built in 1921, so we're kicking that 100-year-old mark. And those, it takes someone with this much gray hair to manipulate those old buildings.
Right.
Because today, most of the HVAC systems are controlled with a laptop, and they go in and program them, and things start and whatever. The old stuff, the old boilers and whatever, you have to know where to hit them and kick them and tweak this valve, and then they will work. But that's the biggest difference, just in technology.
Right.
But lights still come on when you turn the switch. Now they're LED lights as opposed to incandescent, but it's still a light. Water still comes out of the faucet. Maybe back in the day you had to do this, but.
And you're still enjoying doing what you're doing.
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't enjoying it.
There you go.
Yeah, wouldn't be here. I'd be home watching TV.
As a property owner hiring a property management company, that property owner knows that they are getting a reputable company who's going to come in and deliver what they say they're going to deliver. In addition, that property owner knows that that company is fully insured. Let's face it, things do go wrong. And in a particular case, when something happens to that property management company, to one of their employees, or to the property itself, they know that that company is going to work with that owner to rectify the wrong. Why would some business want to switch to a property management company? Well, one would be to save money. You may have an employee on staff that's being compensated with salary in addition to benefits, but with a property management company, could be that same employee is hired by the property management company, and those benefits then are incurred by that property management company. It's an opportunity also for that employee to be better trained by that property management company and becoming more aware of the applications that are used with computer software and the certifications and training needed to do the job as a property manager. Also locally, many companies may be owned by an out-of-town owner, and they may have friends who also are within a 2-3 hour drive of that particular property. Here with local management companies, those companies are able to be there in a moment's notice. Within a 15 to 20 minute drive, oftentimes returning the phone calls promptly, the emails promptly. They're always in tune with what's going on with those properties. And again, not taking anything away from the hardworking person who may be doing the property management, but could also be handling some of the marketing, could also be handling some of the day-to-day back-end accounting. Many tasks, many jobs, and sometimes things get put to the side. With property managers, that's not the case. Their expertise is in property management, and they are on time and in tune with what's happening at all times. Looking for a property management company, what characteristics and services should we be looking for?
First of all, you want to know where they're coming from. You want them close by, the closer the better. You want a quick response turnaround time, and how many managers are dedicated to the site, and who's your point person.
Okay, we're looking at the property managers, and all of our property managers are trained in various facets. Is there any one property manager that may have more HVAC experience than another, more landscaping experience than another? Does that matter or not?
We do have one property manager who is completely trained in HVAC, heating.
The rapport you have with the property owners, how important is that?
Oh, that's extremely important. Every one of them either has my card or my phone number.
All right. And you're there 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365.
More or less.
Yeah. Okay.
More or less. We're just a phone call away.
The importance of relationships with your subcontractors, with utility companies. How important is that?
How important is that? That's extremely important. That way the job gets done quicker. We've had flooding, we've had light issues, we've had, leak issues. And with them being just a phone call away, within a day we have somebody there.
And that response time is, works for the property
It depends
owner.
on how soon, usually. It depends on how soon we get our call into them.
Okay.
And how many people they have available to take care of the job.
How important is it being professional in doing this job? I mean, you're going to get dirty.
Right.
But do you need the look?
You need the look. You need the professionalism. You need people who know what they're doing.
So I know when I see a truck driving up and it's logoed that I can be at ease with
Yes.
the job I'm going to get.
Yes, definitely. We will be able to take care of the job.
With regards to training and certification, how often do you guys have to go through that?
Training is an ongoing thing. Everything changes every year. Done right.
So it's an ongoing educational process.
Correct.
To do this job.
Correct.
So when hiring a property management company, what characteristics and services should we be looking for?
Well, I think you do a little bit of research, see how, first off, has the company been around for 6 months or 20 years? It's very important. You want to know where they're based out of, where are they coming from, where are the people going to respond from? Are they coming from Berks County, or are they coming from Philadelphia or New Jersey? Because critical thing is for tenants and owners and to resolve issues is quick response time. And obviously if you're coming from Philadelphia or Harrisburg or wherever, the response time is not as quick as if you have somebody from Berks County. So that's very important. A company that has enough depth to be able to have multiple people assigned to your property. Typically you'll have a lead manager who's in charge of that particular property, and then you'll have 2 or 3 backup people behind that. So if there's ever an issue, people can't work 7 days a week, 365 days a year. People get sick or whatever. There's always another level below that lead guy that can take over and do his job.
With the property managers, are there varying skill sets? Like, are some more skilled with HVAC, some more skilled with landscape?
Everybody has their specialty, and yeah, you have your HVAC people. You have people that are more skilled, maybe in carpentry, landscaping.
So when we're assigning these roles, we're kind of basically listening to the property owner as to what their specifics are, what they want, and if they're saying, look, I need somebody, the exterior of our building, I need somebody really to keep this pristine. Mm-hmm. That's when we're thinking, okay, we got to get our top landscape. Is that how we usually do it?
Well, yes and no. You listen to the owner, and then you formulate a plan. Typically, we're going to subcontract the landscaping. We're going to subcontract the snow removal, things like that. We don't have landscapers on staff.
Right.
In other words, we don't have somebody that's an arborist, but we have the people that we contract, people that have been our core group of subcontractors over the years. We know who we're getting. If there's a landscape issue, we know who we're going to contact for that particular type of landscaping. Mm-hmm. Our lead property managers are not experts at everything, but it's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none. But they are a jack of all trades. They can work through roof issues, plumbing issues, electrical issues, landscaping issues, building structure issues.
Right. And it's just good.
I know where to direct that.
And for that property owner, he has that one point of contact.
Yeah.
That's our PM, and it's that PM's job to basically go out.
The property owner doesn't have to pull up the yellow pages and look for a landscaper. He doesn't have to pull up the yellow pages and look for somebody to unclog a drain, whatever.
Right.
Those are some one point. That would be the lead manager, and like I said, there's always at least one, usually 2 backups to that lead manager. Mm-hmm. 24 hours a day. Very important.
7 days a week,
7 days a week.
365.
Yeah.
Keith, when we're looking at hiring a property management company, what are some characteristics and services that we need to look for?
Well, you need to look for somebody who's going to be close by, who can take, and when you make a phone call in a service call, that they're going to be there in a reasonable amount of response time. And you want somebody that's going to be coming there, that's going to be knowledgeable of your problem and be able to take and solve it. So those are some of the things that you want to take and look for when you're hiring a property management company. You want to be able to be at ease with the people that are coming to your property to take care of your problems. So by hiring a property management company, they are going to be having the proper people in place in order to take and do the job that needs to be done.
So that look of that property management company with uniform apparel, with logo trucks, is that important?
That's very important. I believe that, and I've always believed with working, been doing this for 47 years. So I always believe that the first impression when you knock on that door or you walk into that office space, that person gets a first impression of you. If you come in like you're walking off the street, they're going to have second thoughts. And even if you know what you're doing, they're going to have second thoughts about what you're doing. You come walking in, you look presentable, you know, hair trimmed, jean. No, I never believed in jeans. I always believed in work pants and the shirt. And it makes a first impression is very important.
So, we've talked to a couple other property managers, and it seems in this field that experience is a must.
Very important. I can take and pride myself in what I've done and what I've accomplished over these years. I always went to the newest schools for anything that comes out as far as upgrades and stuff like that on equipment. And in the field work and stuff like that, I have all my certifications for heating, air conditioning, ventilation. I have my master's contractor's license. I have my 30-hour OSHA license, crane operating licenses. Anything that needed to be done in this field, I've sought it out. And like I said, I can pride myself in saying that I do have all those qualifications. So when they look at bringing somebody in, I can take and at least know what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be doing it.
You got a wide variety of skills. What of those skills, though, seems to be the most important in dealing with that property owner? What must you have in dealing with that property owner?
Personality. You got to be able to sit there and go in there and talk to the customer, put the customer at ease, and let them know that you're taking care of what they need to be taken care of. So, as far as all the other stuff that you get with your job training and stuff like that, that's what they figure you're going to do. But as far as when you walk in the door, you've got to take and sell yourself. When you walk, as soon as you walk in, that's the most important.
What role does technology currently play in property management?
So the computer application that we use, it can track all maintenance tasks and duties. We use it for every property that we manage. We can use it for every building within that property, and we can also use it for every tenant within that building that's in the property. We can track the status and the progress of work being done at the property. So any tenant, any requests that we get, we can put that information right in the application that we use. When work is complete, it gets marked as complete, and we're able to generate a report based off of those hours and the work that was completed. The reporting function also allows us to give monthly updates and summaries to building owners, which comes in handy, and it's definitely very important that the building owner knows what's going on every month at their property. For budgeting purposes, we now have factual information versus just last year's budget. So technology is definitely very important when it comes to property management.
What type of response have you received from property owners with regards to our technology and its use?
They seem to like everything that we use. They look forward to our monthly statements, our monthly summaries that we send them. They like that we can keep track of everything. They don't like being in the dark. They want to actually know what's going on and what their money is being used for. We have either some properties, it's weekly meetings on the phone or bi-weekly phone call meetings. So they're constantly updated with what's going on. They like that.
What other services do property management companies provide?
So we offer 2 tiers. We offer maintenance management and property and asset management. The maintenance management includes inside and outside operational needs. So, anything as far as landscaping, snow removal, emergency repairs, preventative maintenance. And then when you get into the asset management aspect, that includes risk management, rent and payment processing, full asset management, financial reporting. It can enhance asset market value.
So if you're putting together an agreement, are all agreements the same, or can you customize it based on the
Nope,
needs?
not every agreement is the same. It can be customized to fit the owner's preferences.
Basically, it comes down to being an administrative arm for that property owner and operating it not only from the property management perspective, but also the back end when it comes to all the paperwork and handling of all the invoicing and billing. So a true all-around property management company is going to be able to offer those services with their skilled professionals and be able to give peace of mind to that property owner with all of the skills and services that are offered by the property management company. What type of properties warrant property management?
So we manage anything from large industrial parks to retail centers, medical offices, office complexes, law offices, municipal properties. We even manage a special use building. We customize the approach to fit the need of any request.
So Dale, how's COVID affected the property management industry and the property management practices?
Well, it's definitely increased the need for extra special sanitizing, special cleaning, special products being used to do the sanitizing, which wasn't normal.
Now, is that something that we're doing as a property management company, or are we actually going out and finding contractors to do that?
No, we normally hire professional cleaning companies to take care of that.
And a lot of these companies are probably using like the electrostatic spraying with the sterilization and things like that.
And it all depends on the use of the facility. Obviously, a medical facility requires more stringent controls than just an office building.
What about with like the industrial sites and that? Are they really digging down into the cleaning of that?
They do on occasion. If they've had a COVID incident, then typically they'll have somebody come in and do a sterilization before they bring people back. They'll send everybody home, typically in a department or whatever, have somebody come in and sanitize the facility and then bring their people back in a day or two or three, whatever.
Have you found the property owners, have they been satisfied with our response to this and how we've handled it?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Subcontractors?
Absolutely.
Why would a business want to switch from one property management company to another? Well, one is cost. Depending on the location of where that property is and the proximity to that particular property management company, cost can be a significant factor in making that move. If your property management company is out of state, in a large city, there's travel time involved, there's movement of employees, there's overnight stays. But with a property management company that is local to you, those are all eliminated. Secondly, you have a trusted team of professionals that are going to be close by and right there on a beck and call. We at Keystone have a surrounding 6-county area that we're able to reach out to with various properties, and all within a 45-minute to an hour drive, and have developed relationships with all of these people, even in times when there is not a need. Just being there and being present and showing our face and asking questions and making determinations for potential issues down the road. I think property owners greatly respect and appreciate that.